In the top stories, Ministry of Health provides latest national COVID-19 statistics. Health official says the country is in a good position to respond to Omicron variant, and police officials deem Carnival a success from a security standpoint. The details to these stories and more after the break.
New Me in 2023, coming to Courts Optical today, and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.courtsoptical.com. At Courts Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New Me 2023 with glasses from Courts Optical. Value you can see.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to affect St. Kitts and Nevis, national COVID-19 statistics indicate that 9 persons are currently in quarantine at home and 9 persons are in isolation. These statistics, dated January 12, 2023, also indicate that there have been 5 imported cases within the last 14 days. The total number of confirmed cases stands at 6,577, and the total number of COVID deaths stands at 46. Prime Minister and Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, announced in August of 2022 that the mask mandates have been lifted within the Federation, except for when visiting hospitals or any health facility. However, the public health measures such as mandatory isolation for persons who test positive for COVID-19 remain. The daily updated national statistics for COVID-19 can be found at covid19.gov.kn. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health is monitoring the emergence of the latest Omicron subvariant XBB.1.5, which has been surging in the northeastern USA. This has been described as the most transmissible variant that has been detected so far. In an interview with ZIZ News, advisor to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Patrick Martin, said, coming off of what the country has learned during the height of the pandemic, St. Kitts and Nevis is in a good position to respond to this new variant.
Our hospitals were not overwhelmed during the height of COVID. So we have a good track record of public health achievements and successes. So we continue to build on that, but we really need the public to take care of themselves, take care of their more vulnerable members, and again, to stress the non-pharmaceutical measures, the personal hygiene, cleanliness, face masks if you care to, good nutrition, good hydration, exercise, get outside, and we will get through this together.
The COVID-19 variant Omicron and its subvariants have been noted to cause less severe disease. Dr. Martin and the Ministry of Health are urging the general public to follow all recommended measures to protect themselves from the flu, cold, and other respiratory-related diseases this influenza season. Security officials responsible for Carnival say that the hosting of Sugar Mass 51 activities was a success from a security standpoint. During the ZIZ radio program Policing with You on Thursday, Chairman responsible for security on the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Committee, Derek Fifield, said despite a few altercations during street activities, Carnival went well.
Wherever a large crowd is gathered, everything cannot go smooth unless it's in church. And in a carnival event where people are consuming alcohol and other things, everything will not go perfect. So to me, looking at how we came out, it went well. The superintendent mentioned about the unfortunate incident, which is still under investigation, and some other little scuffles. But overall, looking back, Carnival went very well.
In referencing the incident where a patron died at one of the street activities, Superintendent Cromwell Henry said it was unfortunate that the security forces were not able to prevent this incident.
One death for us is one death too many.
That's true.
We would have preferred that there is no death, no injury, and that was our main objective, that we go through the season without anyone being hurt seriously, without anyone being killed, and so we were not able to prevent it completely.
He added that from a security standpoint, given the magnitude and scale of the activities, such as the private events, the security forces were able to successfully police them without major incidents. Meanwhile, in other Carnival-related news, the results for the Sugar Mass 51 Midnight Escape Street Festival have been announced. The Midnight Escape Street Festival gave vendors the opportunity to ply their trade and show off their products and services to prospective customers. The results were announced on the Facebook page of the Minister of the Creative Economy, the Honorable Samuel Duggins. The Emerald, Wax Memories, and Empress Beads took the top 3 spots in the Best Vendor category. The minister congratulated the entrepreneurs of these establishments and encouraged the general public to continue to empower, support, and export our homegrown talent. During the festival, persons had the opportunity to view or purchase products and services from 4 areas: gifts and things, food, fun zone, and entertainment. Upon entry, attendees paid a $2 toll and were given a passport, which was stamped or signed by the various booths they visited. Persons with a passport had the opportunity to vote for the person or business they deemed the best vendor. The first place winner will receive $3,000, second place $1,500, and third place receives $500. After the break, police give more information on fatal shooting in Nevis, and Nevis police aim to reduce incidents of crime in 2023. Stay with us.
Here are your Hartsford Value Mart IGA Value Club specials from January 12th
to the 25th.
Here are your Blue Tag specials. Planters Dry Roasted Peanuts, $13.49. Essential Everyday Barbecue Sauces, $6.99. Culinary Circle Pizza, $29.99. Essential Everyday Broth, $7.99. Post Honey Bunches of Oats, $12.99. Palmolive Dish Liquid, $12.99. And now our very low weekly
value deals. The Hunt Spaghetti Sauce, $6.49. Nestle Flavored Water, $3.99. IGA Peanut Butter Creamy and Chunky, $9.99. Kraft Mayonnaise, $18.99. The Colgate Toothpaste, $9.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Salad Dressing, $9.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Televis por issue.
¿Está listo? Y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your National Bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Welcome back. As investigations continue into a fatal shooting incident in the Bath Village area on Wednesday, the police have released more information. According to a statement, at about 4 p.m. on Wednesday, police officers responded to a report that 2 persons were shot in Bath Village. The police say 45-year-old Javier Charles of Bath Village and 26-year-old Javon Grant of Madden's Estate were sitting in the vicinity of a bar in Bath Village when 2 armed, masked assailants approached and shot at them. The assailants then fled the scene. Grant collapsed and Charles ran. Both victims were transported in a private vehicle to the Alexandra Hospital. Grant was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. Charles is in a stable condition and is being treated for injuries to his neck. The crime scene was processed by personnel from the Forensic Services Unit, and several pieces of evidence were taken into custody. The police are urging persons with information about this incident to contact the Charlestown Police Station at 469-5391, the nearest police station, or you can call the crime hotline at 707. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. And speaking of police, Divisional Commander for Nevis in the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, Superintendent James Sutton, says while the 15% reduction in major crimes on the island in 2022 is a notable achievement, his division is aiming at a further reduction this year. On Wednesday, the division held its annual New Year celebration service at the Nevis Disaster Management Building Conference Room under the theme Police and Community, Sharing Responsibility, Taking Action in Unity. Captain Sutton said the objective of gathering the police's top brass and officers within the Nevis division was to reflect on the past year's performance and prepare for this current year. He said, quote, according to our preliminary crime data, the division recorded a decrease of 15% in the overall major crime categories. A majority of our serious crimes are trending downwards except robberies and drug trafficking. Moreover, we have recorded a decrease from 4 homicides in 2021 to 1 homicide in 2022. The last time 1 homicide was recorded in a calendar year was 2005, end quote. He said it is against this backdrop that they are forecasting another 15% reduction in major crimes in the division for this year. Deputy Premier, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, praised their achievement reducing criminal activity on the island and encouraged them to aim at further improving their performance during the course of the year. Deputy Governor General for Nevis, Her Honor Mrs. Hailita Liebert, applauded the efforts of the rank and file of the Nevis Division and thanked the officers for their hard work keeping the island and its people safe. In other news, budgeting with key steps in mind was the topic of discussion on the newly launched season of ECCB Connects on Wednesday. Guest Adele Stowe, Director of Finance at the Chamberlain University, shared tips on budgeting with intent this year to reach financial goals.
Number one would be, what are the goals that you want to accomplish, right? Personal goals, what are the goals of your organization? And then how do those goals align with your long-term plan? And that's important if you're planning for a particular period or shorter term, like a fiscal period, maybe a quarter, maybe a half a year, over a couple months. If you're talking about a personal financial goal, is that in alignment with what you want to accomplish in the longer term? Because what you don't want to do is set a short-term goal that may derail you from something that you want to accomplish in the longer.
She encouraged persons to properly think about goals and strategies so that there aren't any contradictory plans.
So you want to understand if some of the things that you're currently doing within your business or within your personal life conflict with the steps that you need to take in that current period to achieve the goals guided by your budget. If you are running a grocery store and you have a customer base, but you want to broaden your reach to either another region, right? Broaden your awareness. You need to evaluate what your current marketing plan is, for example, as a discrete cost, and what what your marketing plan needs to be to accomplish your goals. Do you market to only a specific demographic, and does that actually take away an attraction for the broader base that you want to attract? So those are, and then this is just one example, but that can be applied across the board.
And likewise, I'm sure it applies for
She also urged persons to envision scenarios and develop solutions for possible problems.
Run separate scenarios. You know, here is my baseline plan, and here's what it's meant to accomplish. Here's what is going to happen if I am ahead. I want to accelerate some activities and exceed my budget, but here's what's going to happen. Here's my alternative plan. So scenario A, which is your baseline, and then scenarios B and C may look like one that may guide you to overachieving your plan, and one that may look like you not necessarily achieving your plan, but having something, an action plan to respond to that. So going into the planning process is not being too idealistic, being flexible, and building alternative plans. In the sense of a large corporation, a contingency may look like equipment failure and having to reinvest in new equipment. The concept is the same. What do we need to forego in order to be able to keep us running, to keep us toward our plan, to keep us at steady state? What can we put off until the following year? And then you take those lessons, of course, and then you build them into your next plan. So,
Financial Director of Chamberlain University, Adele Stowe, speaking on ECCB Connects. The islands of St. Kitts and Nevis have been featured on MiamiTimesOnline.com, which details the visit of Miami Times contributor Lahoma Scarlett in an article entitled Breathtaking Beauty on St. Kitts and Nevis. Dated January 11, 2023, the article makes mention of the convenience of having the St. Kitts Marriott Resort and the Royal Beach Casino minutes away from the airport. Under the subtitle of Top Tier View and Batik, Scarlett speaks to, quote, the lush greenery and glorious azure skies, end quote, in St. Kitts, as well as the breathtaking 360-degree view from Timothy Hill, where the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea meet. Brimstone Hill, Romney Manor, and Independence Square were also some of the places mentioned in the article. A trip over to Nevis via the 10-minute water taxi saw an island-wide tour with a visit to St. Thomas Anglican Church and School, Bath Hotel and Bathhouse, and Sunshines, and details the experience of sampling the Sunshine's Killer Bee and Rum Punch. The Miami Times is South Florida's oldest and largest black newspaper that seeks to, quote, educate, entertain, and inform readers, end quote. Coming up in regional news, Haitians rush to get passports as the U.S. opens migration route. The